Gentlemen, I want to talk a little bit about male provision and support. Women, the world over, are looking for a man who will provide them with provision and support. Given this is the case, that means it is us men who are the buyers and women who are the sellers. Women are trying their utmost to look as attractive as possible in order to secure a protector, provider, male. In a marketplace, it is buyers, most of the time, who have the power. Sellers are generally price takers. A good or service in a marketplace that has a very high price, generally speaking, is a very high quality good or service, which demand is high for. In the dating marketplace, we see this in action with young, highly attractive women being able to command very high prices for their services, with ladies holding out for the man who bids the highest price. Think tall, high-earning, high-status, wealthy men. One need only walk around the rich suburbs here in Melbourne, like Port Melbourne, Albert Park, Middle Park, and so on, to see large numbers of young and attractive women and high-status, wealthy men. In the adult industry, we see the same thing at play. The young and most physically attractive women commanding high prices for their services. One need only take a stroll down Soi 6 Pattaya to see this in real time, with the most attractive bar girls commanding the highest prices. Online, it's the same story. When OnlyFans was hacked a few years ago, I made a point of taking a look through the leaked photos and data dump. It was the same thing. The young, physically attractive and beautiful women were the highest earners. The photos and videos were the most boring part of the analysis, I might add. The data and what it revealed was much more interesting. Due to the rise of sites like OnlyFans, women now have the ability to monetize their youth and beauty and broadcast themselves worldwide. Technology invented by men, which is being used by women to make money. Stories abound of women making millions of dollars off the site, selling photos and videos of themselves and pandering to simps, who, it turns out, are mostly married men, who would otherwise never have the opportunity to interact with such young and highly attractive women. Male provision and support. Those are the factors that are most attractive to women in men. What do we see when young, highly attractive women price their services too low, or in some rare cases, for free? Shaming by other women. What do we see when men give away their financial power by being simps? Shaming by other men. It's also very obvious. Male provision and support. Men as buyers, women as sellers. A global marketplace for the ladies, a terrible and soul-crushing situation for most men. Now this character is important, the dollar sign. Marriage and relationships, both short and long term, all fail if the cash flow doesn't flow from men to women. It's really fascinating if you really think and reflect on it. One character, dollar sign. As soon as a man refuses to pay, everything falls apart, or nothing even starts. Sure, there are rare situations where the cash flow is from women to men, like a friend of mine who is a male sex worker. Trust me, as a man, you do not want to have that job. In that role, a man deals with a very small percentage of the female population who is not attracting incoming attention from men and the corresponding male provision and support. That job is not about sex. It's about counseling. Sex is rare or non-existent in that role. It's a greatly misunderstood role, which I gained a lot of insight into due to my friend, the male sex worker for women. Show me a situation where the cash flow is from women to men, and I will, within a few moments, be able to pinpoint exactly what's going on. Now, I may not verbalize it out of politeness, but I will know. Look around. The internet has exposed the true nature of men and women and what each gender truly values. Learn from this. It's important. Probably the most important lessons each gender can learn. Given that men provide provision and support, and we're the buyers, that means we don't have to buy if we don't want to. It also means it is us men that control relationships. Women are the gatekeepers of sex, but men are the gatekeepers of commitment, monogamy, provision, and support. I think this is at the heart of what's going on out there. We have millions of men around the world checking out. Don't like the situation, so they're walking away. Now, this is a dangerous state of affairs, to be sure. A serious problem for women who are having more problems finding a quote-unquote good man. Women who are looking for quote-unquote a serious relationship. Now, these men are thinking that these women are all about business and the bottom line. That's what serious means. They're extremely serious about turning you as a man into a protector and provider for them. Now, don't be under any illusions. Us men are the business. We bring the money to the table in the vast majority of cases. As I've stated previously, I remain deeply worried about how this is all going to play out for women. When men walk away or don't engage in relationships, that's a big problem for the ladies. A lifetime of protection, provision, and support gone. And when I hear a woman proclaim, "I don't need a man," it actually really shocks me these days. I worry about how such women will survive when they get older and no longer hold the youth and beauty men value so much in women. Hell, I could use a man, several of them in fact, to help me in my construction works. My mother is 77 years old. My father died when I was 22. Without me stepping in with some help here and there from my brothers and providing support, everything would have turned out bad for her. Really bad. Now, in Soy 6 Pattaya, the bar girls sit outside the bar doing pretty much nothing until such time as the men walk along. That's when the action starts. If the men don't come along with money, nothing happens. Men are the buyers, women are the sellers. Without men's sex drive and money, almost every red light district anywhere in the world would cease to exist. On OnlyFans, without men's sex drive and money, the site wouldn't exist. In traditional relationships, without men's sex drive and money, most of them wouldn't even get started. Reflect upon this carefully, gentlemen. Male provision and support. That's our power. Use it wisely. All the best, everyone. I'm the Pretender.